we going to add a second selection process to this whole event? Let's say that we want a cafe latte, we want to pick a size, and let's say that we want a second selection process for the cashier to go through, which is, hey, maybe they want a flavor shot, maybe they want to add some kind of a flavor to the coffee. So what we're going to do that is we're going to create a second modifier group with a selection of new modifiers that are flavor shots, and add those back to the standard item as well. So we can actually tier multiple selection processes to the standard item. To do that, we're going to start by going into the administrative, and we're going to go back to inventory maintenance. Now, we don't need to create any additional departments. We've really at this point got all of the departments we need to do the programming, since we have our modifiers and mod groups departments. So I think in this case what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate one of my existing modifiers here. So I'm actually right here on the screen, so I'm just going to click duplicate. It's going to ask me what kind of item. Here again for modifiers, which is what we're creating right now, we want to start with a standard item, and we want to make sure that the modifier item checkbox has been checked. Now let's create two items. We're going to create a flavor shot for vanilla, and let's charge a price of $2.50 for that. I'm sorry, 25 cents for that. That looks good. Let's save that, and we're going to duplicate last. We're going to choose standard item again, just like we did before. Now we've got a chocolate flavor shot, same price, modifier is already assigned to the correct department, and we have the modifier item checkbox checked because we duplicated the other modifier. Click Save, and it's going to ask us, do we want to create another? Let's say no here, because what we want to do is start back with the add process again, and this time create an additional mod group item. So let's click Add. Let's pick mod groups, modifier groups, and we're going to make sure that this is in the modifier groups department, not the modifiers department, and this is going to be latte flavor. That's what we'll name the item this time. I'm going to put a prompt in there for the cashier. And now the next part of this is that we need to add those modifiers that we created to this picking process. Add modifier. Let's put our vanilla flavor shot in our chocolate. And I think we're good to go. Let's click Save. It's going to ask us to create another. We're going to say no here. We're done. But we have to remember that we want to attach this to our standard item. So we need to go find our standard item and attach this new mod group. There's my cafe latte. I'm going to select it. Let's go back to the modifiers tab. I already have my cafe latte size assigned to the item here. Now I need to click Add Modifier Group again. And we're going to pick our cafe latte flavor shot. We've already got the latte size attached to the item. We're going to definitely say yes. We're going to charge for this group. And now let's look at what we have here. We're going to make a few tweaks from the workflow of the latte size, because let's say that these are flavor shots. Maybe the customer wants to pick 2 flavor shots instead of 1. We don't want our cashiers to be limited in the number that they can select. And so we're going to set this number to select to 2, because that's how many flavor shots we have available for picking. Now the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to set this, we're going to uncheck the box for forced. We don't want this to be a forced selection. We definitely want the cashiers to be able to bypass this screen if the customer isn't interested in any flavor shots. Now let's go ahead and click Save and exit out to the main screen here and see how this has affected our workflow. Let's pick our cafe latte. And now we can see that we have a few features here. We can click None, and that's going to let us just bypass the screen altogether. We don't have to pick a shot. Or we can pick one or both of the flavor shots if we like. You'll see that both of these flavor shots do show up on the screen as modifier items as well in red with charge, and that's exactly what we were trying to do.